Welcome back to New Game Plus.
Your new place for anything video game and tech related.
And today we have something very special planned.
We do?
Well, of course, that's right. Because it's time for the host showdown.
Wait, what is this?
Well, last episode we figured out our crew, so this episode we figure out ourselves. Specifically, which one of us is the better host. But don't worry, we still have a ton of cool packs to watch.
Okay, why do we need to see who's the better host? Can't we just be equals?
Yawn. What's the matter with you? You afraid that I'll just absolutely trash you?
I'm not falling for this rage bait.
Fine then. If you don't want to, I guess that means I win by default. Looks like you truly are the lesser host.
Get out of here. All right, you're on.
All right, then it looks like the competition is ready to begin.
Let's get it started then. All right, so what first?
Well, since this is a battle to see who the better host is, we might as well start off with something basic, like some video game and tech news.
Okay, so what's the competition in that?
It's all about presentation. The host who gives the best news wins.
How are we even gonna decide that?
No, don't worry, we'll leave that up to the committee.
Whatever, let's just do the news.
All right, first up we have a game all about speed. The newest title from our favorite Blue Hedgehog is finally here. Sonic Racing Crossroads might look like your typical racing game, but Sonic Racing knows how to make itself stand out. One important feature is the track changes with each and every lap. This keeps you on your toes and also requires a teensy bit of strategizing since different cars excel at different terrains.
All right, this game does look pretty sick, but why does Sonic need a car?
It would probably be a little unfair for everyone else if he wasn't in one, know what I'm saying? But you can check out the game on these platforms.
Speaking of recent releases, it looks like the sequel for the world's gooeyest farm simulator just dropped.
Ew, man, come on.
Get out of here. Slime Rancher 2 has officially released. Set course across the Slime Sea, explore Rainbow Island and Ancient Land with plenty to see and explore. The game features lots of old mechanics from Slime Rancher 1, like drones, harvesting, and more, but also features lots of new slimes and gadgets to play around with.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but world's gooeyest farming sim? Really?
Whatever, man. Anyway, check out the games on these platforms.
Lastly, let's look at a new indie game coming out this October.
Ball and Pit is a break-breaking roguelike that features fast-paced bullet hell with base-building elements that sees you batter down pits of monsters with magically infused projectiles.
This hardcore version of Pong is a brick-breaking experience made up of increasingly challenging levels that also bring some chaotic fun as you equip and use randomized balls to get rid of various obstacles.
Man, I love a new twist on a classic game.
I just hope the graphics are better than the original. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Little much.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Alrighty, we did our news, so what now? Who won?
Well, it's gonna take a while to calculate out the votes, but in the meantime, we can prepare for our next challenge.
What is it this time?
Oh, just a couple of knowledge tests.
Tests?
Exactly. And while we prepare, let's take a look at our first pack.
What is up? Welcome back to the second episode of Free to Review. Today we are looking at a tactical shooter called Fragpunk. It re-released on March 6th is what it says on Steam. So I just got my hands on it. It was 56 gigabytes, which is pretty big for a free Steam game. It was developed by Bad Guitar Studio. All right, today I'm just going to be talking about the main game mode, which is search and destroy pretty much. One team is attacking. They are trying to plant the device. Their team is defending the 2 sites, and they are trying to stop the other team from planting the device. The thing that makes this game unique, though, is in between each round, both teams have 3 different cards to choose from, each having a different ability, but your teammates have to put enough shards into the card to activate them. So if your team doesn't agree, then you guys will have no new cards next round. So each round, your team has to pick a new card that has a different ability. Yeah, so right here we have scanner interference, so we can't get scanned from the opponent's recon devices. The other one is cloaking plant, which pretty much makes you invisible. And then turtle back, that is where you cannot get shot in the back, which is OP. That's how I lost one of the rounds, because the other team was defusing the device, but I couldn't hit him. Hello? Wait, they had the turtle shell thing? So yeah, each round, teams get to choose between 3 cards. If you have enough shards, you can get all 3, but usually the better ones take like 5 to 6 shards to complete. Another cool thing in this game is all of the different heroes you can choose from. Each hero, or Lancer as they call it, each different Lancer has different skills and roles they can choose from. So say you want a sniper, you run her right there. She has a sniper as one of her abilities, so you can run a different gun and snipe. Another one is this guy. You can set traps. The one I use the most is the guy with the rocket launcher. What do you do? Rocket launcher! And so each hero has a different ability and equipment you can choose from. Coolest thing about this game mode is if a game goes into overtime, instead of having a sudden death, each team picks an order to 1v1. The teams 1v1 until there's only 1 player or 1 team remaining.
Me and zillions of beautiful spokes. You don't have to make it that close just for the drama.
Pretty cool, wouldn't you say, Gabe?
Totally, I love that guy's stuff. But what were you saying about this whole test thing?
Well, these next few challenges will be a series of tests in various subjects.
And what do tests have to do with anything hosting related?
It's simple. A good host has to be charming and smart. No one will listen to a complete idiot.
Seeing as I am standing here right now, I find that pretty hard to believe.
Regardless, the first subject is math. I'll go first since I know you have stage fright, but bring on the question.
That's it? How is this supposed to be hard?
Gabe, I'm thinking. What is it? What is it? What is it? It's not fish. I'm gonna go with 4. Didn't even break sweat. All right, Gabe, it's your turn now.
Okay, well, if that's a question, I'm not worried about this at all. What? How am I supposed to answer this? Are you kidding me?
What's the matter, Gabe?
This is ridiculous. I'm not doing this.
Well, then I guess this point goes to me.
Whatever, man.
All right, with that said, let's take a look at our next pack while we get ready for the next subject, history.
History?
Relax, Gabe. Maybe this next pack will help you prepare.
Just play it. It's always fascinating to take a look back into the past.
Well, if that's your fancy, then you're gonna love this next challenge.
Yeah, I'll go first. Just give me the question.
Well, actually, for this one, we both get the same question, and the one who answers first gets the point.
Well, all right, then let's see it. First video game ever made, huh?
Oh, that's easy. It's probably Space Invaders, or Pong, or something.
Actually, it was the first video game ever made was in 1958 by a psychiatrist named William Higginbotham. The game was called Tennis for Two, and you used to use little knobs on the controller to adjust the angle of the tennis ball as it moved across a virtual screen.
All right, well played.
I dabble in a little bit of history.
Well, with that done, I guess we're tied. I guess we have to wait for the results of the news segment to come in and decide the winner.
Well, while we wait, let's look at our next pack and find out some other things you might not know.
Welcome back to the Easter Egg Collection, specifically, welcome to Season 2. I'm your host, Adam Hunter, and I'm so excited to show you guys more Easter eggs from my collection. If you guys are new here, basically what I do is I show you Easter eggs from an assortment amount of video games for you to go and discover for yourself. Don't forget, the golden Easter egg will be hiding somewhere in this episode. Well, I guess the hunt is on. If you guys find them, why didn't you tell me in the comments below? For this first episode of the season, I want to take a look at some Easter eggs from the game Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 is a first-person shooter filled with nothing but big cinematic warfare. So why don't we hop on into it?
For our first Easter egg, we head over to Gulmud Railway into the top left part of the map at this rock situated here. And for the first step, you just shimmy around the rock until eventually you find this glint in the mountain. My curiosity got the best of me, so I launched a rocket. And something weird happened. Head over to Flood Zone around Point B in a match of Conquest. Locate the blue shack here. And once you step inside, you should be able to find...
My Easter eggs? What? 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 Get that back! Those are mine! Give me that.
Well, I guess that's all I have for you today, so... Did you find the golden Easter egg? Don't forget to share in the comments below. See you next week.
Wow, I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, I wonder how he finds out about all that type of stuff, you know? Anyway, what did the results say?
Actually, they haven't come in yet.
Well, are there any more questions? It's kind of weird that we only had 2 subjects.
Well, I didn't exactly plan for more than 2.
All right then. Look, man, do we really have to have the better host thing going on? I think we both bring something unique and special to the table that the other doesn't. So it's kind of impossible to choose.
Yeah, I guess you're right. There are some things that you have that I don't, like history. And that's about it.
Ty?
Tie. Well then, Gabe, let's bring in our final pack.
Let's do it.
You might be wondering who this person is on your screen. Well, he's a bastion of bureaucracy, a fighter for freedom, a defender of democracy. He's a helldiver. I'm T-Ha, and today we'll be going over the basics of what a helldiver is, so you can better prepare to join Super Earth's fight against tyranny. So let's get started with what exactly a helldiver is. Helldivers are the elite fighting force of Super Earth, who drop in on the enemies of democracy with a wide array of weapons, gadgets, and support abilities to fight on a variety of planets against a multitude of enemies. Now, it would be silly to send in soldiers without protection, so how would a helldiver go about doing that? You love them, you wear them. Armors. They come in 3 different flavors: light armor, medium armor, and heavy armor. Light armor offers the least protection, but a helldiver is as agile as a cat.
Medium armor offers a moderate balance between protection and speed. Heavy armor grants a diver the most protection, but you'll more often than not be taking fire as opposed to dodging it. Now obviously armor is how you stay safe, but what about when you're on the attack? Guns. Small guns, big guns, some guns shoot fast, some guns shoot, explodey? The point is there are many guns that serve a variety of purposes. Lat penetration weapons only damage the unarmored and lightly armored parts of your foes, great for clearing out large waves of enemies. Not so much for the bigger and badder boys. Medium penetration weapons are the most balanced weapons, often made to have a solid solution to everything, whether they be small problems or big problems. Heavy penetration weapons are reserved for the biggest and the baddest. They aren't the most effective against large groups. Anti-tank is a specific type of weapon meant to deal damage to the most heavily armored enemies of democracy, even where they're toughest. So you have some knowledge on what you'll be using to fight the enemies of democracy. But when you find yourself in a corner, and there's more enemies than you've got bullets, what do you do then? Obviously you don't give up. That's borderline undemocratic. Stratagems are how you deal with the many different scenarios your enemies will put you in. Call in an airstrike to deal with a large horde of enemies. Have a sentry drop in and defend a choke point. Have a drone watch your back so you don't have to keep looking behind you. There's just as many stratagems as there are situations requiring one. Those opposed to freedom won't be taking it easy on you, so don't do them the favor of taking it easy on them. So we've gone over the tools of the trade, armor, weapons, and a whole lot of fire support. The Helldivers have a lot at their disposal, so join the Helldivers today and take the fight to those who dare oppose managed democracy.
Well, I guess that's all we have time for today.
By the way, did those results ever come in?
Yeah, but we don't need to know who won. Like you said, we're equals and whatever.
Sure.
Anyways, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to make sure you never miss our content in the future.
And as always, see you next week. Man, I love a classic twist.
That was good. That was funny. Prepare for our next challenge.
What is it time for? Dude, god damn it.
Dude, no, dude, every time you do